Good morning. I hope you slept well. I did not. I was staying up late watching shows, and I should stop doing that. And this is my cat, Chloe.
That spirit. It's a 1/6 flying.
Well, I'm going to be screwed eventually. You're all going to kill me. Well, I have just gotten home from school. I'm going to get ready to start reading this fanfiction that my friend Alicia gave me. Alicia basically told me that if I couldn't find the story, to just choose something else, which was fan-related, so I have. Now, to clarify and specify what fan is P-H-A-N, which stands for Phil and Dan. That's their ship name. Now, the name of this story is called Outcast Fan, which is by Cuddle Fan, so all rights go to them. Basically, the description says, Dan Howell has telekinesis, a power just like out of a comic book, but instead of protecting the universe as a brave superhero, he hides. Oh my. He hides his powers and himself, fearing nothing more than getting attached to somebody and dragging them down. Well, I guess everyone fears that. Of course, Phil Lester, the new kid in school, just had to come waltzing in, destroying his entire view on nearly everything in the worst and best ways possible. Phil's like a drug, and boy, is Dan addicted. There's a lot of warnings, and I don't want to read them all, but recap of what it's telling me as a warning. Every other chapter is a flashback, and present ones, non-flashback ones, are Dan's point of view, and flashbacks are third person. And at the very bottom of this, it says, read at your own risk and will stay safe, and then much more stuff I don't want to read. So, on to
sorry for an interruption of not being able to read that story. I just got off work right now. So as soon as I get home, I'm probably just going to do little one-shots of Dan or Phil for you guys.
Sorry for those two little speed-ups. I'm just trying to make sure the video isn't too long. I do want to still be able to make sure that this is up for you guys on this Friday. And if you haven't guessed yet, I am doing this from my Snapchat. I seem to like this better for if I mess up, it's easy to correct than a whole video. So for FanFiction Friday, I just looked at Phil Lester X-Reader shots, and, well, why is this one of the... These were the first 3 to show up. Like, I'm not even sure if that's, like, of them being together, or it would be, like, the X-Reader. After reading the description, I found out it's going to be a lot of smut and swearing. Basically, you can just imagine having sex with Dan and Phil. Yay! I'm going to read the first one because it's only 4. Found another one that's 6, but let's go with the shortest one first. Woohoo! Number 1. I already read down a little bit and it just says that this is the outfit that my character is, and it's going to be Phil's point of view first. Hey, Dan, would you like coffee? I asked. Sure, he replied. I went to make coffee when I noticed someone moving in across the street. She seems to be struggling. Dan, the coffee is going to have to wait. I gotta do something. But I want coffee. If I can wait, you can wait. Fine, he rolled his eyes at me. I walked across the street. She was grabbing the last bit of luggage, so I figured to introduce myself to her. Hello, my name is Phil. I live across the street. I was wondering if you wanted help moving in. Sure, that'd be a lot of help. By the way, the name is Brianna. Can't get the thing to scroll down. I can only see the very last line of this, and it's making me laugh. By the way, this is by Galaxy Fuzz, so all rights go to them, not me. We carried the rest of the luggage up, and then clumsy me has to trip on one of the stairs and drop the boxes I was holding. I am so sorry, I said, covering my mouth in disbelief. It's fine, she trailed off. Wait, she turned around. I stared at her straight in the eyes, those beautiful green eyes. I walked up to her, gave her a quick kiss on the cheek. She started blushing. She looked adorable. Dan's point of view. Phil, where is my coffee? Well, that's the end of that one shot. There's another one. Should I read it? I might. Second one shot, Phil's point of view. It's been 4 hours since Brianna usually wakes up. We have to get to the airport soon, so I have to wake up Brianna now. What's the quickest way to wake somebody up? I think to myself. Ice and water? As I run into the kitchen, Dan sees me. What are you doing? Dan questions me. Don't ask, I respond, filling the last of the bucket. As I carry the bucket with my arms tied, eventually I reach Brianna's room. I set the bucket on the end of her bed carefully so she doesn't awake. I sit on the end of the bed and get ready. I slowly pick up the bucket and quickly pour the water and ice onto Brianna. Well, you're nice, Phil. This is going to be the last one I do for this FanFiction Friday, the first one, and hopefully not the last. I really actually enjoy doing this. Brianna's point of view. Look at the clouds. Aren't they beautiful? Phil says in my dream. Yeah, they sure... All of a sudden, I am awoken by the shock of cold. I spring up, opening my eyes. As soon as I know it, I'm staring into Phil's crisp blue eyes, and he goes for the kiss. The third one requires an enemy. I'm going to name her Amelia. I'm a sophomore, Phil is a senior. Don't know England's grade system, so that's why she went with that. Brianna's point of view. I look down on my schedule. Room 205. Yes, this is my favorite class, not only because it's drama class. Phil Lester is in it. Although we're in different grades, drama is the only class where all high school grades are combined. Time skip after class brought to you by myself. I grab my bag when Amelia comes up to me and says, I saw you blushing when you talked to Phil. It was part of the skit. That wasn't on my paper. What are you guys fighting about? Phil says in a dreamy voice. Brianna over here is just saying how jealous she is that you love me more than her. Phil looks at me, then at Amelia. I could never love someone as rude as you, Amelia. What? I love you, Brianna, and that's that. He states in an almost angry voice. I stare at him with wide eyes. I run into his arms as he pulls me into a hug. He loves me. He really loves me. Since those were Phil's, I decided to do a Dan Howell one. This one has a trigger warning of self-harm, so please beware. Now, these Dan Howell one-shots are by Lucia Stays Determined. All rights go to her, not me. Please remember that. I'm just reading for your entertainment. You sit behind the door of Dan in your bedroom, crying your heart out. Then you hear soft footsteps coming out the door. You heard someone slide down the door. Brianna, please talk to me. I just want to hear your voice. Please, Dan begged. You just sat there, not even talking, not even moving. Please, I want to see how bad it is this time. I won't be mad. I'll help you if you open up just for me, Dan whispered. You slowly open the door. Swiftly, Dan picks you up right away and sets you softly on the bed. Dan, it hurts. It really does it, and it won't stop. You cry into Dan's chest. I know you miss her, but you have to move on, Brianna. She'll want that, Dan says, holding you close to his chest, like if you were a baby. I know, I can't. I miss her so much. It's all my fault she's gone. It should have been me, Dan, I scream as I hit my freshly cut open arm. Dan picks me up and gives me a piggyback ride to the bathroom. There he cleans out my cut like always and wraps it up in a medical gauze and tape. But it was not you. It was all me, Daniel James. I didn't make it to her flat in time. I killed her. I could have stopped her. I could have done something small so I could have had a chance to say goodbye. You stormed as you interrupted Dan. It's okay, Brianna. I'm here and you're here. That's what matters. Please don't blame yourself. Blame herself. She could have stopped herself, but she didn't. She could have stopped herself, but she didn't. She just ended herself, he said, looking into you. In your green eyes. I'm sorry. He said, looking you in your green eyes as you got lost in his brown milk chocolate color eyes. He kisses your forehead as you drift off to sleep, or as you call it, Neverland. Just for me, he whispered into your ear as he lays you down on the bed and climbed in with you. After Dan is asleep, you open your eyes and face him. Just for you, you say as you fall asleep. I'm scared to read another one, but I'm compelled to. I kind of already skimmed a little bit through the next one. I didn't like it because there was like fan reviews from the powder and I didn't know. Now for the final one she read some of it, and it's kind of already sad. But so far I really want to read this one for you guys. You have me, my point of view right now, or whoever the reader is, but right now it's my point of view if you haven't caught on. Ring, 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 ring. Hello, you say into your phone. Is this Miss Brianna Campbell? You said a woman on your phone. Yes, this is her. I'm sorry to tell you, but your friends Lily Smith and Uni Shinson died in a drunk driving. You interrupted her. Were they drunk, or was the other person? You demanded. The other person was drunk, and you ended the call. Bawling, your boyfriend Dan rushed into the room. Brianna, baby, what's wrong? Dan asked, moving your blonde out of your face. Lillian, you're dead. You cried / screamed as you put your head into Dan's chest. This is very short. After a couple of minutes, you pulled out of his chest. I have nothing now, you wailed. You have me, Brianna, and Phil, PJ, Chris, and your mom, and so many more people, he said, wiping your tears. He carries you to your guy's bed, bridal style, and laid you down. He lays down with you and pulls you close. You're still crying, but also start to get sleepy till you fell asleep. You have me, Dan said, closing his eyes, then sleeping. Well, that was FanFiction Friday. I am sorry that this video won't actually be on Friday, because right now it's Saturday. But either way, I hope you liked the video. Please give me suggestions by commenting below. Give it a thumbs up if you like it. Give it a thumbs down if you didn't. And if you want to stay updated on videos and always know when I have it, please hit the subscribe button and hit the little bell right next to it, and you'll always be updated when I upload. So that is the end of another video. I love you guys so much, and to see you in the next video. Bye bye!